Coach Anthony Bozzella now, Coach. An interesting victory for you guys. We think we talked about on the broadcast as one of those. If it was a road game, you kind of want to run away after that game. Get back home and practice as quickly as possible. Going into that after that first half, scoring only 7 points. You guys got out of the locker room a little bit later. Not much time for them to warm up. Did you say to them, just relax? It's just a game, and you have another half to play, or there were a lot of things that you weren't pleased with?
No. What we said was, you can't do anything about the first 20 minutes of the game. It is what it is. But these are the things that you have to fix. And I said I thought the second half would show us what type of team we are. We could either stay frustrated and quit and maybe not and not be successful, or we could forget about it and only be 10 points down and come out and play the way we're capable of playing and hopefully, get a win.
Talk to us a little bit about, Tamisa Bacic put on the bench for a little bit, and then she came up and had a pretty big, charge late in the game. As a senior, is that something, to get her a little bit more hungrier to put on the bench for a little bit?
No, I don't think it's a matter of hunger. I think it's a matter of she loses her confidence and she loses her fatigue, and you can see, she just played. I said it in the locker room after the game. I said, Nick, Tamisa, you played terrible for 35 minutes. Awful for 4 minutes and 50 seconds. But the last 10 seconds, you made a great play. And you know what? That's what a senior captain should do. It's not, there's nothing you could do about the last 39 minutes. You could just sulk and put your head down and quit. She didn't do that. She said, listen, I'm going to make a play at the end of the game that will help us win the game. She took a huge play, took a charge.
Right.
It was a huge play in the game.
Christina Ford, what would you say her impact was on the team, as a rallying point?
I think, the points are one thing, but I think it's she showed energy. She showed some confidence. She showed some toughness, and in the past she didn't have those qualities. And she's grown up a lot as a young woman, which is why she's a captain now. And I think those are more important to me than the 24 points and 13 rebounds and 4 assists. I think she showed some great qualities that this game was terrible. She was awful. She wasn't defending. She wasn't playing offense. She was doing this. But in the second half, the second part of the second half, she just said, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. And then, to her credit, she banged down a couple of shots, and I give her a lot of credit for that.
We talked about it on the broadcast that late into the second half, the 162 consecutive 3-point streak was kind of dangling.
Yeah.
And then Christina hits a big shot, and then it opened up Alicia to get a couple shots in. I think to that point of the contest, you guys were down by 6 or so. The 3-pointer kind of helped you win the contest. Is that something maybe you talked about at that last media timeout?
Well, we just thought they were getting really tired, so they were getting back into the paint, so Chris's could come off, trail and get that 3-point shot, which is why we put it there. And then the one Alicia hit, it was just a set play. That if they really guarded her tight, she was going to get in the lane and either kick to Diana in the corner or look to score, or just they play off you, shoot the shot. I have confidence in Alicia. I really do. She's a confident kid from Philly. She's which is why she's a good player, and she's going to be a very good player down the line.
And you had 3 fouls to give late in the contest, and I saw you when you called that timeout after you made the basket. Let's foul 8 seconds and 5 seconds. Do you think you could have maybe held a little bit more?
Yeah, no. The first foul I wanted to foul about 7, and then the second foul, even their post caught she wasn't looking to dribble. We should have just let her hold it and then pass it. But to the girls' credit, we have not gone over that. I mean, it's so early in the year, and you have so many things to put in. We haven't really gone over end of the game situations. And while we do have a lot of upperclassmen out there, I think they needed to be reminded, and I'll take responsibility for that. But we still utilize those 2 timeouts and those 2 fouls. And I thought, actually, Coach Kelly, give her credit because she got in my ear right away. She goes, "We have 2 fouls to give. Let's do it." And that was good. And that's why I have a great staff. And Coach Abadi, drew up a lot of great plays, and obviously the play at the end of the game for the back door is a play that we've worked on. So I was really happy that we executed that point of the game.
I liked this question the last time because you don't have to worry about it now. 4 games in 7 days, you're 3-1. That's something is that a really pleasing point for you right now?
It is, because I think we showed a little bit of fatigue at times, and I think we're going to probably run into that at some point during the max season. I think we have 4 games in 8 days, so we can look back on this and see what we have to do differently and what to do correctly, and I think it's about learning, and it's about seeing what's good and seeing what's bad, and overcoming it. Like, we had 11 turnovers on the first half, we only had 4. And and maybe when we have those 4 games in 8 days, we can refresh them and tell them, listen, we might not shoot as well. We got to really play defense. And like I said, I give Stony Brook a lot of credit. I thought they did a good job. They really did, and they had us scouted. I mean, she coaches in the league. She knows everything about us. So, but we were just happy to pull out a victory. It was important.
I mean, D'Amico, to me, she showed real fight in this game. She drove the lane well. She had a lot of rebounds for a small girl. What would you say, like, her driving force is to, like, be such an influential freshman?
D'Amico's extremely confident in that woman, as is Alicia. And they have a lot of, confidence in their abilities, but they're also winners. I think it's important, with those two especially, since they do play a lot of minutes and they have in the guard spot, that they have confidence and they're winners, and they are, which is why we wanted to bring them into this program. Obviously they're talented, but they're winners. And Brianna Graham has played on a great AAU team and a great high school program, and you know what? She played 2 or 3 minutes today, but she, rotated right in the press, helped us get her travel. Those freshmen do some really good things, and certainly D'Amica and Alicia have gotten a chance to prove it, and they haven't disappointed me at all in their competitiveness. I think it's a really good question, and I think, they're going to help lead this program to bigger and better things as we go on.
You're giving them tomorrow off. This game was a very physical contest. Obviously, Sabrina was a little bit banged up in the game.
Yeah.
You guys will go down. We'll go down to Texas on Monday. After 4 games, you guys kind of happy that the injury bug hasn't really bit you too much. But after a game like this, were you a little concerned maybe how physical this game got?
I was, and we've played a lot of physical games. The Bryant game's been physical too, and I think early in the year, with our handoffs and our ball screens, people want to get really physical with this and kind of try and want to push us around, and we really haven't backed down. I am disappointed in the rebounding again. We've got to do a better job rebounding the ball, which we did lose Bray, and Gia is still trying to figure out what to do. She was sick today too. That didn't help us, but I think we really need a day off to just get our feet under us. We'll have a nice practice on Sunday. We'll have a little bit of a walkthrough on Monday, and we play a very athletic, very well-coached team in Texas A&M Corpus Christi. It's not going to be an easy game for us, but again, it's all about learning. It's about getting on the plane, traveling, packing, leaving early. All things that, during the year we're going to have to do this. So that's why we're doing it. We could schedule someone easy at home, but we decided not to do that. And that's why Stony Brook's a solid team from a good conference, and that's where we want to challenge ourselves.